So welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Play Horror Zombies from the Crypt. I am the Bubblefish, your host today. You see, it has been some time since I updated this LP, and it was mostly because I wasn't entirely happy with the quality of the updates and the type of updates, so I figured I would rather lower the update frequency, but try to work with higher quality updates. And this is going to be the first one of these. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna start this so we can see the story here. The story is still trembling from your first encounter with the undead and uneasy due to the enormity of your task. You decide to alert the local villagers by raising the flag over the west tower. So we are this guy in the mansion and we are faced with the undead. And now we have to raise the flag to warn everyone. I have made little maps of these level parts, and I'm gonna upload these so you can use them as a little walkthrough if you want to play along, even though I wouldn't recommend because this game has very fun parts. As you can see, this is indeed a tower. It is a very tall building, and as you can see I have marked keys and doors which correspond to each other with reds, and then I have some other colors which you will see in a second. So yeah, this is the first level, and now we are gonna venture into actually playing this level. There's not much to say about this. So here we are in the level, we are at the lower door there. We gotta jump up here, and this is our weapon which we are collecting here. That was our enemy. Now we have to go up this pipe, and theoretically we would try to get on top of the tower. However, as you can see here, the pipe is broken and we can't jump up there, so we have to find a way around. And thus we walk over here in order to go for the key which we saw on the level map, and that's the key. And now we're gonna jump down here and waddle into this area. A nice short and succinct first part. So this is actually a pretty large area, as you can see on this map here. It is a huge house. It has 4 skulls which we need to collect, and it has some really weird turquoise looking, bluish looking thing here, which is a potion which we are gonna need in order to fool zombies on the graveyard over here in order to reach the green key. So let's get going with this. And here it is. I'm usually just going to the left in this area and then looking upwards. There's these 2 enemies which we have to dispatch. Picking up these keys, this is actually pretty dangerous to pick up because there's a Frankenstein up there which likes to lob rocks at you from off screen. There is the first skull. I'm just picking up the kill on this because fuck Frankensteins. And this is really the trickiest part in this level, getting up on these areas where Frankensteins are waiting for you. The good thing to really remember is though that you can stun lock enemies by just attacking fast enough, so as long as you are not as you don't die because they just spawn inside you, you can usually just stun lock them and be happy with it. That is the skull on the roof taken. This is a crawl upgrade. You can crawl under small areas, so you can crawl under flying enemies. I don't use it in this update because I just don't have to. Here I'm taking out this guy, taking the 3rd skull of 4 in this area. And back up we go, because there's a little treasure item over here after we dispatch this zombie, this werewolf, and then this zombie, because the game likes to just spawn enemies on you. This, according to the manual, this thingy just gives you a little bit of points, a bunch of points. Now we're going up here. You always want to go for Frankensteins on high areas first, because otherwise they will make your life living hell. And that is the weird potion. Technically we don't know what it does, but the manual says it turns you into a zombie, so you can fool zombies. And I'm just going to dispatch this guy over here. I don't want any nasty surprises going on with this. And there's another skull, and oh no, we are getting ambushed. But it's a very boring ambush. It doesn't do much. And here we're getting ambushed from both sides. It can be a bit precarious if you go ahead and rush forwards. Here we use the potion, now we are zombies. These zombies are actually immortal, so you can't just kill them. You can avoid them in another fashion, which I'm gonna show off in a little bonus after this. Now we are just walking back because we got the green key, and now we are back in the starting area, and now we are heading to the chest on which we saw on the map, which was marked in green. As you can see, the enemies have respawned, which is a bit annoying, but in this area it's not really a problem. So here is the chest, and it spawns a little cloud. We can ride this cloud up and down. And yeah, dispatching that enemy, collecting that key, because we need to go through a door up there. And riding back up, boring. And there we are on the top part of the range. But this part is actually really nasty. You have to like jump off this weirdly. Maybe you have to use crawl here in order to get through that area, I don't know. I just jump up there and dispatch off the enemies. Here you gotta move quickly, otherwise that guy up there drops a rock on your head. Oh shit, I wanted to 1 second. Yes, a little bit of miscoordination here. I wanted to show you the map of this area. It's just these 3 little buildings. We start on the left and then we collect 2 skulls, and then we go on top of the middle tower in order to grab the keys and go down again in order to use the keys and reach the final area of this level. So here we are. So here we are trying to get on top of the building in order to get the skull there. Here we go. And yeah, this guy is a bit tricky. You really have to wait until he drops the rock, or else he is just gonna drop the rock and you have no chance to avoid it. And yeah, this guy. Once again, the thing, you basically want to wait until they are away, then you want to jump away from them, and then you go ahead and just stun lock them. Yeah, that guy dispatched no real threat, and that's both the skulls of this area going down, and yeah, this guy's easy to avoid. Now, new area. Gotta look at the map of this area, and this is the final area of the game. As you can see, we have a number of buildings here. There's not much going on. We got these 4 skulls, and the final skull on the top of the flag. We only get that if we raised the flag, which we should have done as the level described. Beyond that, there is not much really going on here. It's pretty standard. So here we go. You can't jump in this at this point. I will show that off at a little in the bonus part later on. Because you die if you jump there. It doesn't make sense when it has killed me, but it's just what happens. And yeah, now we are just going on. There is a Frankenstein here, which I dispatch because they are annoying as fuck. Taking out this guy. I could have just let him drop down and just walk to the left and die, but I took him out. Taking out this guy. It's a bit dangerous due to the Frankenstein on top there. They don't drop when they are above ladders, but they do drop beside ladders, and now jumping away from him and stun locking him. Now I'm just taking the skull here. Wobbling around, and there is an enemy spawning in front of you. Now we are heading to the skull on the right. There is an enemy which I avoid by sidewalking, or do I? Because I jumped down here and oh no, it is an enemy. Okay, we managed to dispatch him, but at this point I just completely derp and I just died due to annoying things. So at this point I'm just gonna pause the video for a second and just skip forward. Here we go again. Here we grab this skull and walking back over again, trying to get to the blue key. The building the blue key, the green key is on is actually a little bit too high to jump on. I walk there to double check because it makes sense to walk there because it might have changed, couldn't it? Nah. No, you just jump up there from the tower. He can't actually walk all the way to that on the right where the key is, so it's pretty safe to grab. And now you just have to snipe this werewolf while dodging the other one. Grab the skull. No, there is just one skull to go, and it is that one on top of the flag. heading up here, opening the chest, spawns the flag, and we try to jump on it, but we are a little bit too slow. Sad face. And there we go. We are riding on the flag, however that works. Grabbing the skull, and now we have all the skulls. So well, that's a bit weird what we have to do here, but there is a door which we didn't use, and now we are just gonna use it right here. And ta-da! New password, and that is the level 2. I'm